Hi, my name is Yu Tongqiu. Today I'm gonna present the case Leaderships from an Introvert's Perspective. The case talks about the stereotype of leaders. So most people believe that extroverts rise to leadership positions more readily than introverts. Extroverts are perceived to be better leaders since they tend to have strong social skills, are decisive, command attentions, and willing to take risks. On the other hand, many may consider introverts as shy, aloft, too focused on the details, and slow decision makers to be effective as leaders. However, one study investigated the introverted leader took more advice from their proactive followers, and this led the groups with introverted leaders to be more effective. And the case tells several examples of executives who break the extroverted leader mode. Google co-founders Larry Page, Colgate-Palmolive chief Ian Cook, Walmart stock CEO Mike Dick. The example shows that although extroverts might get all the attentions, introverts can still make effective leaders. And I will explain the examples in more details in the following slide. Why do people have stereotype of leaders? They think that extroverts are more likely to be competent for leadership positions than introverts. The concept of social perception describes the process through which we use available information to form impressions of others. Through the use of schemas, which are organized patterns of thoughts or behaviors to help us quickly interpret and process information. Of course, our use of schemas does not always lead to accurate interpretation of information. When we oversimplify a particular schema, we can form a stereotype. So as the case mentioned, when people think of a stereotypical leaders, they often conjure up the image of a dynamic public speaker, a forceful and dominant personality, and someone who can cultivate relationships with a broad number of people. They are all hallmarks of the extroverted personality type. Even if we attempt not to use oversimplified schemas to interpret information, we could still have perception errors, such as human tendencies, selective perceptions, projections, and halo effects. And we also need to know one of the five traits of the Big Five personality framework is extroversions, an individual's tendencies to be sociable, assertive, talkative, and energetic. The opposite is introversion. And here is a comparison between introverts and extroverts. Extroverts, they gain and recharge their energy by being around other people in more stimulating environments. Introverts are the opposites. Introverts are typically introspective, quiet but not necessarily shy, and observant. They gain and recharge mental energies by being in quieter, less stimulating environments. In this case, we know Google co-founder Larry Page, well known for developing a small number of close relationships and being an excellent listener. Colgate-Palmolive chief Ian Cook might feel uncomfortable in front of a large group of people he doesn't know, but he has learned to partner with more extroverted colleagues and presentations to offset his nature shyness. Walmart stock CEO Mike Dick is famously low-key and reserved, but he has used his nature introvert skill of managing details and engineering solutions to maintain the retail giant's dominant market position. This example shows that introverts can still make effective leaders. Introverts have unique personality traits that can empower them to be exceptional leaders if properly leveraged. 5. We also need to know what is the leadership. Leadership in organizational setting is the process of guiding and directing the behavior of people in the work environment. Here is some example of identified leadership traits. And this part is the question and my answers. For the first questions, I would undeniably consider myself an extroverted leader. I don't have a problem jumping into a group of people and making immediately connections and even friendships. I'm comfortable in social situations. I can use patience and personality as a leadership tool. I'm always full of energy when the members of the group stagnate in the face of problems or difficulties. I can use my patience to infect them. I can also cultivate relationships with a large number of people that may prove to be beneficial in the long run. For the second questions, I would say extroverts are almost always better leaders than introverts when the team members are lazy and require lots of spoon-fed motivation. Extroverted leaders want their subordinates to be more proactive, engaged, and individually productive. So, in such a situation, as I mentioned before, you can use your patience to infect them. However, sometimes introverts are more effective leaders than extroverts. First, they listen more than they speak. Introverts listen, consider what has been said, and then speak. This is helpful in business meeting, where everyone gives their 2 cents. The introvert powders what everyone says and provides thoughtful comments that helps the team move forward. Listening also allows the leaders to consider what everyone has to say rather than joining out other people's idea with their own. When an introvert speaks, people listen, they know it will be important. Second, they are prepared. Unlike extroverts, introverts avoid acting impulsively. They are prone to preparation and exude acquire power. No matter what the situation is, introverts hold a placid exterior and project a reassuring confidence. Before meetings, speeches, and any important decisions, introverts list their points, rehearse multiple times, and speak clearly, giving them an advantage in a frenzied situation. People look to them for reassurance, and that is the key to being an effective leader. And the third, introverted leaders can be better than extroverts at one-on-one interactions, empathy, and delivery decision making. The third question in the case, Colgate-Palmolive chief in cook might feel uncomfortable in front of a large group of people he doesn't know. He needs to overcome his shy, introverted nature. Other introverts might have the same problem in the leadership situations. They need to believe in themselves and keep trying. I would say they can prepare by writing and practice well in advance before they communicate. They should also try to bring innovative ideas for a situation instead of being dependent on their followers for advice. Get the agendas in advance and think about the topics that will be covered before the meetings. Write down your thoughts and prepare your speaking points. They should also be good listeners and engage the communications process so that they are able to grasp information and communicate accordingly. For the fourth questions, in my opinions, first, use your nature observation and listening skills. Leverage your nature preference such as observing and listening to your team and senior leaders to create innovative solutions, but also stretch yourself to go against type and try to engage more interpersonally with others, such as hold more meetings, volunteers for more public engagements and one-on-ones, and make sure to be more visible to increase your influence and professional standing. Second, let your performance speak louder than your words. Introverts are not as proficient at being heard during heat of the moment meetings where the loudest, more extroverted people are. Introverts can cultivate that by ensuring they knock it out of the park. in regards to their performance on both the business and leadership fronts. Be known as someone who is competent, credible, and consistently delivers. Third, prepare speaking points before meetings to ensure your voice is heard. Fourth, make one-on-one meetings part of your leadership methods. I'd recommend one-on-one lunches, individual meetings, and small group reflections for introverted leaders so they are shy and so people heard their true thinking. Fifth, build small group to help you focus on certain problems. Lead And this part is the conclusions. Break the stereotype of the leadership. Leadership calls for the ability to work well with people, communicate with stakeholders, participate in and lead meetings, and often public speaking. As a leader advanced within an organization, expectations increase for the individual engaged with others as leaders spend more time working with colleagues and stakeholders to advance the organization. These expectations tend to favor extroverts in leadership roles, but organizations may overlook the strength of introverts as leaders, losing out on the potential for effective management. Thoughtful, quiet leaders don't try to dominate the conversation or direct of a team. They are engaged listeners and set the stage for people to step into their own strength. They also are astute observers and known for summarizing key points in meetings. Introvert leaders also thoughtfully prepare for meetings and coaching sessions, which makes for substantial contributions. Finally, they build on the preference for one-on-one conversations to be effective coaches and mentors. They use their calm focus and grounded energies to provide reassurance during time of change. In conclusions, an understanding of the strengths and weaknesses of personality types will help individuals as well as organizations in developing leaderships in order to achieve organization goals. And here is the reference. That's all. Thank you for listening.